Whether you are trying to settle your child custody matters outside of court or not, it's always important to have a custody lawyer by your side. A professional attorney will help you reach your custody goals while keeping the child's best interest in mind. So, what should you expect when sitting down to meet with them for the first time? Let's start from the beginning. Is the situation an emergency? If the situation is an emergency that could harm your child morally, mentally, emotionally, or physically, tell your lawyer exactly what's happening right from the start. They can decide if an immediate hearing is necessary. If there's time to wait, the case will proceed through the normal due process service. This allows the other party to receive notice and retain their own attorney. The more information you provide about the urgency of the situation, the more a lawyer can help. During your meeting with a custody lawyer, they will need to learn as much as they can about your case. This initial meeting can take time because you need to provide as many details as possible. The attorney will listen and ask questions to guide the conversation. Some of the questions you might be asked are: what is your relationship with the child? What is the other parent's relationship with the child? What is the current custody arrangement? And have there been past legal disputes related to the child? The exact specifics of the conversation will depend on your case, but child support and custody options are common areas of focus in a child custody case. Your attorney will tell you about the options available to you and lay out the pros and cons of each based on the information you provide about your case. During your meeting with a lawyer, you can ask questions. You should bring a list of questions already written out so you don't forget to ask anything important. Some of the essential questions you should ask are: what are your fees? Will you be the attorney working on my case? How long have you practiced this area of law? And what are the options for my case? It's important that you feel comfortable with the lawyer you choose to work with, and asking the right questions can help you quickly figure out your comfort level with a lawyer. During the initial consultation, you should bring any existing paperwork relevant to your case. This can help the lawyer understand the details of your situation better. If you have a pending court case or were served with papers, bring these legal forms to your consultation. An attorney may be able to help you enforce or change an existing court order, but they will need a copy of the order to help. If the other parent has a history of domestic abuse or substance abuse, bring any existing evidence of this as well. Evidence is important because of the burden of proof in a domestic violence situation. The prosecutor has to prove the domestic violence beyond a reasonable doubt, which is more difficult without evidence. Medical and education records related to your child are also helpful. Remember, the more information you can provide, the better a lawyer can advise you. If you aren't sure if something is going to be helpful to the case, bring it anyway, and let a lawyer take a look at it. At the meeting, you can expect the lawyer to provide you with their fees and payment agreement. Attorneys present fees differently based on their practice. Generally, you'll receive a paper spelling out the fees you will be charged for. The agreement will also outline the responsibilities that you and the lawyer have regarding legal representation. An ethical attorney will put their fees and expenses in writing so there's no confusion. They will also set the scope of the representation so that you'll know what to expect throughout the process. Knowing what your attorney is doing and how you'll be charged are keys to a great attorney-client relationship. A custody lawyer follows legal standards to guide decisions related to visitation and custody. The child's best interest is a standard that courts use to evaluate and determine what is best for the child. When you meet with a lawyer, they can explain this legal concept to you in more detail. They will also act in the best interest of the child. When parents can't agree on custody and visitation, the courts will evaluate certain factors to determine the best arrangement. Some of those factors include age and gender of the child's relationship with each parent's ability to provide for the child's educational needs, history of domestic violence or substance abuse. If the child is old enough to express their preferences, the court will consider these as well. If you know what your child prefers, this is a good thing to mention to the lawyer. So remember, bring any documents and evidence that can help the attorney understand your situation, and come prepared to ask the right questions and to answer questions. If you want to hire a lawyer after the consultation, have them provide you with a written fee agreement. At Heartland Law Office, we take the best interest of your child very seriously. We specialize in custody law and can help you with your case. Get in touch with us today.